Hello again, boys and girls. Today I want to talk to you about two things that you'll be seeing in your seat work. I just want to review a little bit about contractions. I know we've been learning about contractions all year, and I just want to review a little bit. And then we have something new in our spelling this week, and it has to do with syllables. Of course, we've been doing syllables for a long time, but there's some new words that I want to go over with you. So let's get started with contractions. Now, you know what a contraction is, but let me remind you, a contraction, of course, is a new word where we combine two words, like the words down here. We've got are not, he has, they are, it is, and will not. So we're going to combine these two words, but the only way we can do it is we have to use an apostrophe, and those are the basic rules with contractions. Another cool rule is that the first word usually remains the same. There is one that is special, and I put a little star next to it, and I think you know what it is, but I want to go over that. But usually when we have are not, the word are is going to stay the same, but the word not is going to change a little bit when we remove a letter or two and add an apostrophe. And that's the way we're going to make contractions. So you know it's a contraction because you can use it in a sentence, whether you can use the two words or the contraction, and we're going to do that as we make each one. So we have are not, and of course we're going to combine the two words, use an apostrophe. When we use an apostrophe, it takes the place of the letters that were there in a word. So we're going to use the word are. That is a rule that stays, that one stays the same. And we're going to remove a letter in not and put the apostrophe in its place. Now it's really important to use the apostrophe as a symbol. It's not a letter. It should be a little bit smaller than your letters. It shouldn't be touching your letters as well, because when it touches a letter, it kind of gets lost in there, okay? So make sure it doesn't touch it. And we have the contraction aren't. They are not going to school tomorrow. They aren't going to school tomorrow. So you can use either the two words or the contraction in the sentence, and it sounds perfectly right in both sentences, okay? The next one is he has. Again, we're going to use he. And we're going to remove, in this case, two letters, put the apostrophe in its place, and use he's. He has gone to the store. He's gone to the store. The next one is they are. Again, we're going to use they. We are going to use the apostrophe. For the letter A, we remove a few letters, and we have the contraction there. They are my friend. They're my friend, okay? The next one is it is. We're going to, again, keep it. We're going to use the apostrophe to take the place of the letters that we removed. And it is the contraction it's. It is a very nice day. It's a very nice day. Here comes the one that's a little different, and it is will not. When we use the two words will not and try to make it into a contraction, it doesn't follow the rule that all of these followed, where we keep the same first word. If we were to keep the same first word, it would be willn't, and there is no such word as willn't. So we need to change that to a different word. This is the only one that is different than the rules that we're following. And I like to use a sentence to make it so that we can understand it, because I know you've said this word very many times, this contraction. I will not do my homework. So instead of saying will not, we're going to use the contraction I won't do my homework. So this is the only one that is a little different. And that is the contraction for will not. It is won't. Okay, so you're going to be seeing a few of these in your seat work as well as others. So I just wanted to review some of the rules and to remind you what a contraction is, why we're using it, okay? The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is syllables. And we've been learning syllables, I think, since we were in kinder. We'd clap them out. We'd put our hand under our chin. And remember, a review of syllables is how many parts a word has, and each part has to have a vowel sound. Not necessarily a vowel, but a vowel sound. After this video, I did put a site for another video for you to see, and it has to do with syllables. And of course, another one that has to do with the stress syllable that we're going to learn about today. So it can make a little bit more sense to you, okay? So today in your, or this week in your spelling, you're going to see some definitions. And the first one is a stress syllable. And then the opposite of that is the unstressed syllable. And then we have a new mark, just like the apostrophe is a punctuation mark. An accent mark is also a punctuation mark. And in our spelling, it looks like this. Sometimes it is a little diagonal on a syllable. So, but in this case, in our spelling, they show it this way. So I want to show it to you the way it looks in your spelling pages, okay? Now, it's not asking you to know where to put the accent mark. It's just actually showing you where it goes. And this is what your spelling says about a stressed syllable. It says a stressed syllable in a word is the syllable that is spoken louder than any other syllable. That means if people has two syllables where you see the accent, that is the one that is spoken louder. Now, I like to change it, and instead of saying louder, it's spoken stronger, because loud gives us the impression of volume and we have to be really loud. And that's not necessarily the case. It has to do with a stronger way of saying that syllable. Okay, so I usually like to change that word, and when we're in class, I have the students cross out the word louder and just put the word stronger. Okay. Because if you look down on your spelling page, and I am looking at spelling page 131, you don't have to have it, but when you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It gives the definition of an unstressed syllable, and an unstressed syllable in a word is a syllable that is spoken softer than the stressed syllable. And of course, let's look at the word people again. 2 syllables. This accent mark shows where it is the stressed syllable, the one that is said a little bit stronger. And then we have the unstressed syllable, which is softer. And what this helps us do when we know which is the stressed syllable and the unstressed syllable, it just helps us pronounce the word correctly. So that means we say people, and the syllables P is a little bit stronger than the second syllable. People. We don't say people, and the second syllable is not stressed. So it is just the way that helps us know which syllable has a stronger sound to it so that we can pronounce the word correctly. The other one is waffle. We say waffle. We don't say waffle. And make this one the stress one, okay? So it is not something that you have to figure out. It is just something for you to know about so that you know more about words and how they're spelled and how they're pronounced, because this can help you later when you get into 3rd grade and 4th grade and 5th grade. Okay, I also put a short video that uses an iPhone to show you how you can actually see the pronunciation where the syllable is stronger and which one is softer. So if your parents have an iPhone, you can actually use that app that it shows you on the video, and you can give it a try. So the person on the video does such a good job explaining it that I'm going to let them explain it. so that you can understand a little bit more and you can see it, because it's very hard to see or to feel the stressed and unstressed syllable. But basically, this is all it's talking about. We want you to know the difference between the different kinds of syllables, stressed and unstressed, stronger and softer, and of course, introduce a new punctuation mark or a new mark, which is called an accent mark. Okay? I hope you enjoy the videos on syllables and how to see the stress syllable that you're going to get to look at in a little bit. And I hope you get to see that for yourself. So I hope you have a very blessed day. Keep working really hard. I know it's hard because you're at home and it's a different setting, but I know that you can do your best, whether you're sitting in a classroom with us or sitting at home. Kind of nice, right? Comfortable, go get a snack whenever you want. So there are some blessings to being at home right now. I love you. I miss seeing your beautiful faces in front of me. And I will see you again in our next Zoom class. Have a great day. Bye.